Welcome to Houston Theater Beat. I'm your co-host, John Lawson.
And I'm your co-host, Holly Grice.
And thank you for joining us for a very special edition of our summer musical show.
We're glad to have you with us for a very different Houston Theater Beat. As you know, each summer we take a look at the incredible variety of musicals that Houston has to offer. This year, however, we found an original project so captivating that we've decided to devote our entire show to it.
This summer, our friends at Standing Room Only Productions are presenting a brand new musical revue entitled Defy Gravity, a Stephen Schwartz Songbook. Arranger-composer John Cornelius II, author Michael Bobbitt, director Roy Hamlin, and choreographer Kristen Warren have taken the breathtaking music of the beloved composer and reimagined it as a full evening of music which celebrates the man who gave us Godspell, Pippin, Wicked, and so much more.
The result is simply amazing. Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with the cast and listen to some of the new arrangements, and I was absolutely captivated, and I think that you will be too. So stay tuned for the next half hour as we look at Defy Gravity and the music of Stephen Schwartz. Hello everyone, I'm here with the cast of Defy Gravity. And for the next half hour, we're going to take a behind-the-scenes look at some of the very talented singers in this show, and also hear some enchanting music from the legendary Stephen Schwartz. So first off, guys, if you could just go around and introduce yourselves to our Houston Theater Beat audience.
I'm Katie Butler.
I'm Ryan Smith.
I'm Christina Singleton.
I'm Taylor Siebenacker.
I'm Robin Van Zandt.
Oh, you're not in it. I'm sorry. Rana Mansfield.
I'm Sydney Roberts.
Eduardo Tercero.
And Christopher Zocco.
And Michael Stewart.
Thanks, guys. So first off, I have to ask, what motivated you or inspired you to audition for this production?
I'll answer that one. Well, for me, I was actually part of this production whenever it happened 7 years ago in Houston. And it was the first show that I did whenever I decided that this was what I wanted to do with my life. And so it's always really held a special place in my heart. And when I heard it was being done again, I just couldn't miss an opportunity to work on this beautiful music again and to work with John Cornelius and Roy again.
That's so amazing. So you've actually done the show before. Wow. Okay, well, anyone else, anything motivating, inspiring that made you choose this production?
I would just have to kind of to add to that, to work with John Cornelius and Roy again was just fantastic. They're both geniuses, and I've always enjoyed every single production I've done with them. So that was my motivation.
Okay, wonderful. So guys, tell me about rehearsals. I mean, what has it been like? What have you done to prepare for your part of this production?
It's been intense, to be honest. I mean, because everything's coming at us really quickly. And especially because I'm not a dancer. A lot of the dance numbers are sort of, they come in waves. And I feel like sometimes the waves are going way over my head. But it's been a great experience so far, and I'm slowly but surely catching up with the rest of the amazing cast. They're really, really talented. I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Some of us are just as far behind.
Wonderful. So you're not a dancer. Who are dancers here? Is anybody a dancer? Okay, we have one dancer.
No, I'm
so,
two.
Yes.
okay, two.
Aren't you? I move well. On the tips of my fingers, I've got a boiling on the back of my brain.
I got a hunger burning inside me, cannot be denied. I got a feeling that the Father who made us,
When he was kindling the pulse in my veins.
he got the tiny spark of that fire, smoldering inside.
combination.
Yeah, it's the music.
The music is
kind
very
of
difficult. Yeah.
the songs we already know, but singing them
Mixed
differently.
with other songs that we already know to make a completely new song that we kind of know, but it's so brand new. And then learning the choreography when we're still kind of learning the lyrics. It's challenging, but it's good. It's fun.
How many times are you rehearsing each week?
Just
Like
three.
3 times?
Okay. And John Cornelius is like a genius. He's the man who wrote
Maestro.
who arranged all this music, and he's the nicest man in the whole world, but when he works, he expects perfection, and so that's stressful in itself.
I think the most difficult part of the whole musical aspect of learning the music is the fact that each song it's its own different genre. So you have to go in and out of different styles. So you're doing pop, you're doing ballads, you're doing, my song, country western ballad. I mean, it's so many different approaches and mentalities, and sort of you have to sort of wrap your head around, sort of switching immediately from one number to the next, and then you throw in, I go back to the dancing. You throw in the dancing, and then it becomes very challenging.
I'll never forget our first rehearsal. We learned 15 songs
Yeah.
in 3 hours. And learning like 6-part harmonies at points,
Yeah.
and everyone was just like, I don't know what to do. But it was a good indication for just the pace that was necessary that we move at, because this is a big show and there's a lot of music, and we want to do it justice, but it's moved quickly.
They just threw you in the deep end, it sounds like.
Oh, it's way past time when I should be home in bed, but I'm standing here on this moonlit street instead. On a dream of reason and bathed in lantern light, all my reason's gone and I blame it on the summer night. I see couples passing their eyes alone my eyes, and they smile as if to say one of us. We walk here on streets full of lunatics, sharing some pagan pride. We're here till dawn. Can we blame it on the summer night? I keep remembering his eyes, fiery pale in the moonlight, spinning my heart into endless flight. But I'm not to blame, it's just a shameless summer night. See the sun that comes through, maybe the morning will save me. You're in my life, looking behind my smile. Now I'm stuck in the sweet seductive summer night.
So, having said that, I mean, obviously Stephen Schwartz has written brilliant music and lyrics for some of the most magical shows on Broadway. So, what is your favorite Stephen Schwartz show and why?
That is a tough
Oh,
When it comes to shows, that's.
Well, my favorite is Godspell. It was the first show I ever did when I started doing theater, and it's always stuck with me forever. So I continue to always love that show.
I'm gonna say Wicked. I mean, everybody loves Wicked, but I love Wicked, and a huge fan. And it was probably the first real indication, my obsession with it when it first came out, that this was something that I wanted to do. So that's where my passion lies, as well as my favorite Stephen Schwartz piece.
Yeah, Wicked would have to be my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I remember being in Chicago and on an audition, and it was playing in Chicago, and I bought a single ticket. I was by myself, so it was perfect. And because it was a single ticket, I was able to get orchestra middle right there in the middle. And it was the first time I had seen the show. I knew one song from the show, and that was the...
Which song?
Of course, Defy Gravity. And the entire first half, I'm waiting there, I'm like, when is this song going to happen? And meanwhile, all of these other amazing numbers are coming at you, and the visuals and stuff. It's just a very well put together show.
You thought our dancing was hard.
Yeah, I know.
I would definitely say Wicked is probably the most popular.
Yeah.
But I would say actually that Children of Eden and Pippin, which I think are, I don't think either of those shows were given as much credit as they actually deserve, possibly because of time period, but some of the music from both of those shows are absolutely phenomenal. I believe we're only seeing one song from Children of Eden, but the musical alone has probably 10 times more songs than Wicked does. It's just it's not done very much. It wasn't a very popular show. But the music is
blockbuster.
I think that's why it's a hard question, because his work really isn't done that much.
It's not.
Outside of Godspell, no one really produces some of his shows, and I think like one of the most beautiful songs in the show is Meadowlark. Like so many beautiful songs come from the show The Baker's Wife, and like none of us knew the story of it, and so his work isn't produced that much, and so it's cool to be in here and like, oh my gosh, what is this from? Like I want to see what that show's about. I don't know anything about it, so that's cool.
I think that's been a really nice thing about the show as well, because there's so many songs that us didn't know were either written or composed by him. I know that my song is completely brand new. I still don't know what it is. But it's been a wonderful experience, not just working on his music, but also coming at it from a very original place. I almost feel like we're originating something, because even though the songs are well known, they're all original arrangements. So nobody's heard these arrangements until you actually come to see the show, which is very exciting from an artistic point.
Absolutely. Well, and that's my next question. What's your favorite Stephen Schwartz song? And I know that's hard because there's so many.
Actually, mine, and to this day, which I've one that I've always loved, and I didn't even know until we did this that he even wrote it, was actually What He Believes, which is from
Prince of
Egypt.
Egypt.
And I didn't even know he wrote it until we started doing this. But I've always loved that song.
I would have cried. It's a beautiful song.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have cried. What is it about this show that has been different from any other show that you've ever worked in? Or is it completely different? Yeah.
Well, I know for me, I'm used to like
I'm a character, song and dance. But in this one, you just have to be you and sing, and you know, everyone gets to see you performing, not a character, and it's different.
Because there are not specific characters.
Exactly.
And there's no plot really.
It's like a series of vignettes.
Yes, it's on to vignette, so every song is a different scene, so you are put into these scenes, so you have to sort of create your own story. You know, going back to the metal arc, I didn't know what the show was, where the song was from, but just based on the lyrics, acting-wise, is very. It's important for me being able to hear her lyrics as she's singing them because it guides my emotional arc throughout the piece, and that goes back to him writing these amazing lyrics that sort of are very emotional and sort of real, and they're sort of, you know, for people to sort of jump into.
I think the thing that makes it so difficult for us as actors is what is ultimately going to make it special, is that we are building all these separate vignettes that don't tie to each other, but yet there is a unity to the piece, I think, and it allows us, it's a unique experience as an actor to work in this kind of ensemble, I think, because it's not a show with one star and a bunch of ensemble. We are an ensemble working together to create this piece, and so it's a different way of working, and it's unique and special. I really like it.
And I enjoy just coming to rehearsal just to hear everyone sing. I mean, you know, when you go to rehearsal, you hear the one or two on the ingenue, or you know, you hear the one or two people sing, but everyone, the voices and the styles, and you don't get that when you at promotions. This show, like, I enjoy rehearsals. You come in and you hear everyone's the way their musicality and the way they you know, set forth the song. It's just, I enjoy that. You know, you don't get that in other rehearsals. Sure.
You usually have your leads and your supporting.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody has a good part, it sounds like, in this. So, my last thing is, if you had a chance to meet Stephen Schwartz and he came to one of your shows, what question would you ask him?
You have to walk in.
It's not a joke. It's not a trick.
When did two come out and when can I be in?
That's a good question.
Listen, mister, don't you hear them playing the good time ladies ride? Close your eyes and picture bodies swaying, shoulders rolling, hips are shaking. Listen, mister, when they got you singing, it's in life will try. When you're born and lonely, the one and only good time ladies ride. Good time ladies in the doorway, roses in their hair. Lacing moonlight, silken perfume. Would you like to visit my room? Hang a lantern from the second story, raise a crimson flag. There's wings and wiggles and midnight giggles. The good time ladies ride.
When you feel sad or under a curse, your life is bad, your prospects are your wife is sighing, crying, and your olive tree is dying. Temples are graying and teeth are decaying, and creditors weighing your purse, your room, and your roll are both a deep It's all for the best.
Some men are born liberty, so one day beats richer than the bees are in honey. Never going low, never feeling cold, full impossible from thin air. The best in every town, best of shaking down, best of making mountains of money. They can't take it with them, but what do they care? They get the center of the meat, cushions on the seat, houses on the street where it's sunny. Summers by the sea, winters when we're free, all of this and we get the rest. But who is the land for? The sun and the sand for? You guess it's all for the best.
Thank you for joining us for this very special edition of the Houston Theater Beat Summer Musical Show.
And don't forget to join us this fall when we present our 2014-2015 Theater Season Kickoff Show.
I'm your co-host, John Lawson.
And I'm your co-host, Holly Grice.
And until next time,
We'll see you at the show.